Hi, I'm Mary, a librarian and book reviewer with a focus on stories written for kids, tweens, and teens. Today I get to share with you this book called Spending and Budgeting, part of the Money and You series by Anna Young and Joanne Bell. Money makes the world go round. It makes it a lot easier to buy goods and services than it was with arbitrary goods that were bartered back and forth. So now that currencies exist around the world, it's a lot easier to buy things, whether with cash or digital money. But when purchases are being made, it's important to consider how much money there actually is and whether the price tag on an individual item might actually be a little bit more expensive than it seems when you start to factor in any sort of additional fees associated with credit cards. And as purchases are being made, it is also important to start budgeting, whether you're budgeting for yourself, for your family, for a business, or for a country. And all of that together helps better manage money from one day to the next in order to ultimately purchase and ensure the purchases of things that people need or want. This story is a great introductory nonfiction title for young readers who are interested in learning about money. So it is written for an older elementary school into middle grade audience because there is a lot of text on each page and a lot of information to absorb throughout the book. There's a bit of a narrative text at the beginning, and then there's all sorts of additional information that go along with it. It's really conversational in tone, so it's accessible to young readers as they're going through the book. And it's not necessarily intended to be read all at once. So readers will likely engage with one page or a couple pages at a time, consider those lessons and skills, and then they'll come back for something further later on. There are also lots of opportunities for youth to consider what they're learning in this book and apply it to their own lives. So whether they are determining the difference between a need and a want, whether they are starting to save up for a larger purchase of their own, or if they're considering how money is spent and budgeted at a much grander level, there's a lot of foundational information included in this book. So it's a great starting place for anyone who's interested in money, which everyone kind of needs to have a good foundational understanding of money, and this is a great place to start. So as you're going through the book, there's some math, there's a lot of illustrations that help to bring these higher level concepts into a capacity that is easier for young readers to understand. And all of the asides bring readers' attention from one part of the page to another to start really thinking about how money works in a lot of different ways. Because it is a nonfiction title, there's end matter, including a glossary and a quiz, which help to support the learning possible through this book. Readers are able to reflect on the words that they have learned, maybe some of them being new, and then to quiz themselves on the things that they've learned within the book. It's not super long, and so it's easy to fall into, to pick up and put down as needed, and it includes a wealth of information that young readers are going to be able to take with them to be more successful money users in their lives. If this sounds like a great fit for you or for someone you know, I hope you look for it wherever you get your books.